my wish for Canada.
I wish that
my wish for the community
is to continue embracing people from other countries.
Create solutions for climate change.
A new perspective in a new generation.
La liberté d'expression reste critique.
To be more connected.
I wish for healthier people. I wish for a healthy community as a whole.
so much variety and diversity and inspiration and nature.
We get more done when we're all in the right mindset, I think.
All the energies come into one.
Through art, to use art as a tool to bring all these beautiful things that Canada has, all this diversity that Canada has and the beautiful nature.
Explore Canada's history and the stories and to share their experiences.
Tired.
My name is Renee Marriott. I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba. I've moved around quite a bit. I actually lived out in Calgary for about 5 years, but I came back to Winnipeg about 3 years ago, and that's when I started getting involved with graffiti art. My favorite place would be home. I mean, I love spending time with my family. My wish for the community and Canada would be like to be more connected and maybe like less competitive. All the energies come into one, and I'm one entity that portrays it to everybody else as I absorb what's all around me.
Hi, my name's Ashley Ann Clark, and I'm from Prince Edward Island. The thought process behind using the monarch butterfly was that it had a bit of a hard time like a few years ago, and there was fewer and fewer of them. I was also thinking of Canada like as a country and the time that we're living in right now and how exciting it is and how much of a like fresh start it is. I felt like that cocoon really represented like a new start for Canada and like a new perspective and a new generation like coming out and spreading their wings.
My name is Thanda, and this is our piece for the Canada 150 made by Chance, Yaman, Shanodin, Meshikoin, Kim, and myself. We hope that in the near future science advances enough to create solutions for climate change. We also would very much love to see the native culture still alive and strong. So these represent the 7 grandfather teachings.
Renée Dussault, j'habite à Saint-Marie-de-Lanford. M'étant libre de ça créer des choses avec du bois, réutiliser toutes sortes de choses. Nous avons essayé de trouver un élément qui représentait un enfant des neiges. Puis on est allé dans les choses qu'on aime, fait que les couleurs, puis la pyrographie. Dans ma ville, moi, c'est vraiment à côté le lac chez moi. Il y a un lac, c'est très relaxant, c'est beau. Donc, que tout le monde puisse créer à sa façon, que la liberté d'expression reste qu'on ait le droit de penser comme on veut.
Hi, my name is Sandeep Johal, and I'm a visual artist living and working in Vancouver, British Columbia. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my work. So I'm South Asian, and that factors pretty heavily into my work. I'm very influenced by South Asian textiles, and the mandala is a reoccurring form in my work. I do a lot of line work, and a lot of patterning these days with really bold colors. My work is really rooted in symmetry and geometry. I'm a very detail-oriented person, so I love putting as much detail as I can into a piece. I'm not a minimal artist in any way, shape, or form. I love detail. And I chose to depict a snapshot from my childhood, which has had a huge impact in my life. And it's my parents in the apple orchards, and my mom's sitting on one of our old clunky cars, and she has her thermos of chai, and my dad's in the tree picking apples. And I feel like it really represents Canada, and it represents the opportunities people have when they come to Canada from different countries, because my parents came here with nothing and they worked really, really hard, and they've been rewarded for that. And now they're living this beautiful life on my brother's farm with their grandchildren, retired, and they couldn't ask for anything more. And they're so thankful for the opportunities Canada has given them. And I'm so thankful for the opportunities that it's given me.
To me, it's a land of opportunity. It's a kind of heaven on the earth.
I've seen Canada grow a lot, and lots of people immigrated here. And when I came from India, not too many Indians and other communities are here. Now I see more and more, and people like each other's culture and they want to be part of each other, and Canada seems more inclusive now.
I love Canada, I really do, and I feel so blessed and I feel so fortunate to have been born and raised here, and that wouldn't have been possible if my parents hadn't been able to immigrate here from India in the 70s. And so my wish for Canada is to continue embracing people from other countries and allowing people to come to our country, people who need to come, people who want to come, and to build their lives here with us together. I think it opens up people's minds. It makes people more tolerant of others. A few of my very close friends immigrated to Canada. My best friend immigrated from the States, and one of my close friends came here as a refugee. And I feel like they have really enriched Canada with their perspectives, with their experiences, with their involvement in their communities. And I just think it's really important for us to help each other and to be there for each other. So that's my wish.
Into the papers and get scandalous. Yeah.
And I'm painting the piece for the Yukon territory. We're in Arts Underground. That's our best gallery in town, in my opinion. But we have many wonderful galleries up here. I'm a board member for the Yukon Art Society and very lucky to be living in the beautiful Yukon. And yeah, so that's the painting I'm working on. And it's been inspired by Kluane National Park, which is one of the most beautiful places we have here in the Yukon. And right now it's the fall, and I got the color orange, so I thought it's pretty perfect. We have lots of sunsets and sunrises and a lot of blossoming happening. And yeah, so that's a piece of work in progress, still not done. I wish that, well, there's so many beautiful things in the community and in Canada. I mean, I love Canada so much, otherwise I would never have chosen to stay, but there's so much variety and diversity and inspiration and nature and many more beautiful things that I can just keep on counting. But I feel like maybe if, even through art, it would be more connected in a positive way. You know, you can take everything and make it connect you and bring more colors to your plate, more people and more talents and more opinions and more positive things into your color plate. Or you could take it and make it negative and make people drift apart and make the negativity get in there. So I feel like if Canada, even not just the community, but could through art, use art as a tool to bring all these beautiful things that Canada has, all this diversity that Canada has and the beautiful nature, to bring it together in a beautiful visual way, that would be fantastic to keep on pushing forward for that goal.
How does it work? Does it work? Is it on? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you look awful. The lighting's terrible in here.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay, yeah, alright. Cool. Alright, yeah. One of these shots. And then. Oh, no, it wasn't recording.
It wasn't?
Now it is. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. And, oh, that's gross. That's why I don't make movies. Hey, look. And then it's a little kid. Oh no.
Alright.
Cool.
Cool.
Boom, boom, boom.
My name is Jasmine at Sangres. I am from a community in Yellowknife and a member of the Yellowknives Dene First Nations. I started my piece with painting the northern lights in the winter with a teepee and night sky in the background. I thought the northern lights really represent the north because the northern lights come out full force starting in the fall and especially during the winter season. I also decided to paint a traditional drum that represents my culture and traditions that we follow. Also, I tried to paint what we call a Dene flower, which is usually seen on traditional made arts and crafts that is beaded on vests and moccasins, etc., as seen on my moccasins right here. And finally, I drawed and painted the flag for the Northwest Territories to represent my art piece. The words I wrote on my wood piece says, culture, history, community, traditions, and land. Those are the words that come to my mind when I think about the North. My wish for my community is that we are all strong and supportive for one another, and that we can continue to pass along our traditional knowledge and stories to the future generations to come. And my wish for Canada is that we can protect our land and environment from any harm, and that includes access to fresh drinking water and shelter for those less fortunate. Also to protect Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal people from danger and from going missing or even worse. My wish is that we as Canadians support and protect one another.
Hi, my name is Emma Hassensall. I'm from Tobruk First Nation, New Brunswick. I'm a Malsey visual artist, and I go to Mount Allison University and I study fine arts. Canada's celebrating 150 years since Confederation. Obviously people have different views about that and how it should be celebrated, and for the Indigenous community it's just another celebration of colonialism. And my first year here, it was probably my I didn't want to do work on Indigenous issues because I used to think that that was all I could be known for, or like if you're Indigenous you have to do work on Indigenous issues, and that's not the case. Like anything I produce will be Indigenous art, it doesn't matter what it is. But I started doing political art probably my second semester because I had recently watched the Oka Crisis documentary, and that really stuck with me for my first year, and I did a painting on it. My professor told me that my political views were refreshing, and he liked the way that I talked about it, and it was something that I could bring to the class, and they weren't really aware of Indigenous issues, and I started to pick up on that, and it became like a tool, and I found empowerment in it from teaching other people about Indigenous issues, current and historic issues, and I don't know, it kind of evolved from there. I wish for healthier people. I wish for a healthy community as a whole. We get more done when we're all in the right mindset, I think.
The MapleWish Mosaic is a nationwide collaborative. It brings together wood pieces painted by 13 artists from each of Canada's provinces and territories. Artists are encouraged to express their identity, the aesthetic of their community, and their wish for Canada for the next 150 years.
My work was inspired by Indigenous resilience, and with Canada's anniversary coming up, it's going to mean different things for different people. And for Indigenous nations, it serves as a reminder of present and past colonization.
Anxiety starts to kick in. I start to reminisce about the places I've been. Ever since a little kid, I was told